after the Ulta Beauty World tickets went on sale. I did do a live stream yesterday and just talked about that for a little bit, but my opinions have changed in light of all the information that's been released and everything that's just come to light. So I will start off this live stream by saying I did secure a ticket, actually 2 tickets, but I did not get expo tickets. I got tickets to the masterclass, which I'm still grateful for, and which was kind of what I was going for because I did go to Ulta Beauty World last year and I wanted to give opportunity for other people to attend because I did know that tickets were going to be very limited. So I got the masterclass tickets. I'm happy with that. I was happy with that yesterday. I was grateful for that. But in light of everything that's come out in the last 24 hours, I will say my opinions have changed. So knowing that influencers and certain VIPs did get a link, an early access link to the tickets. I'm hearing rumors up to 15 minutes before the tickets went live, and that they were able to just stay in the site and buy as many tickets as they could in the 10 minutes that they were allowed. So there are people that have multiple tickets, even though Ulta said they were not going to allow people to get multiple tickets. And also their whole slogan for this event was everyone is a VIP, and that is clearly not the case when you are specifically sending invite only access to the Ulta Beauty World tickets. When everyone is a VIP, it's clearly not the case because only your VIPs got access to that ticket. So I don't know. My opinions have definitely changed since yesterday. I'm very happy that I was able to secure tickets. I will be there anyway, but I'm not happy with everything that's come to light with Ulta and how everything was handled. So we're going to be talking about that in a little bit in today's live stream, but I am going to start off by saying I had a little glitch earlier. This is the second attempt at this live stream this morning. So I did do a little bit of tinted moisturizer already. My skincare is a little bit different today as well. I usually go in with my whole skincare routine before I do my live stream. So I do like toners, eye cream, serums, all of that. And today I just have a moisturizer on. So we're gonna just, we're trying some things, experimenting. So let's get into it. I've already done a little layer of tinted moisturizer, and now I am gonna try doing a layer of concealer on my eyes, which I never do. I don't use concealer. As is going on today, everything is so glitchy. Okay, so as I was saying, I don't use concealer on my eyes as primer because that's not what it's formulated to do. And also I feel like the concealers that I have are really hydrating, and my lids do get oily, so just it's not a good combo for me personally. So I don't ever do this, but we're gonna do this today and see how my makeup stays throughout the day. I didn't put any primer on my face, but I do have just a little bit of tinted moisturizer already. We're gonna go in with this super light shade of Tarte Shape Tape. And I usually like to blend everything out with my finger just because I like how it looks better. And it just gets everything done so much quicker. Hello, hello. Thank you for watching. So I feel like if the numbers that Ulta projected, or not projected, what the numbers that Ulta gave to us yesterday are true about there being 3 million people trying to get tickets and only 3,000 tickets sold, I feel like we would be seeing more people with, hey, I got a ticket post, but I'm seeing very, very little posts about that. And also, I don't know how many tickets they sold to the masterclass, because I do see a ton of people with the masterclass tickets, and I feel like the 3,000 tickets, maybe I'm hoping that they didn't sell 1,000 tickets to the masterclass, because that would be insane. I don't know how that's gonna go down. And also on the email for the masterclass details, it does say that it is all day, which was not what Ulta had said when the tickets were released, or when that information was released that they were going to be having a masterclass. So I don't know. Like, I don't know what to think right now. I'm still reading all the comments, reading all the conspiracies, all the rumors. But I do know, just from personal experience trying to get these tickets, that it was possible for you to get your ticket and then log out and then go back to the main page and be able to access more tickets. So what people were saying about being able to buy multiple tickets once you got into the site is 100% true. I can verify that because I was able to get my ticket, log out, and then go back to the main site. But at that point, the site was either already crashing or the tickets had sold out, but everything was not available at that time. And when I was trying to get my tickets, it was already really hard for me to get mine, because every time I tried to go to the registration form, it said registration not available, please check back shortly. So it was madness. It was crazy. Ulta definitely did not deliver, and they disappointed, and I don't know. I'm definitely in disbelief with how everything went down. I was not expecting this at all. I definitely was not expecting 3 million people to be getting tickets either, like to be trying. My guesstimate was that it was going to be somewhere in the like 250,000 people range, and they only sold 1,500 tickets to last year's event. So I knew even with what my guesstimate was and the 1,500 tickets that were available, people were going to be disappointed. But I did not expect that there were going to be 3 million people that were trying to get tickets. So I'm just, that absolutely floors me. So I'm very fortunate that I was able to get tickets, and yes, tickets, plural. I was able to get in pretty immediately. I saw that the link was up right before 9, and I clicked on it. I was in queue, and my bubbles, my little green dots, filled up really quickly. I would say maybe 10 minutes or so. And then I was on 2 devices, so I clicked on my phone immediately as soon as I saw the link, and then on my iPad I clicked on that link again. So after I got tickets, I would say maybe like 20 or so minutes after that, then my iPad was able to go through to the registration. But at that point, everything was sold out. It was just a nightmare. The Ulta definitely did not organize this event sufficiently and fairly, which is my biggest problem. Is that if you're gonna market this as everyone's a VIP, but then be sending VIP emails and give them early access to the ticket sales, then clearly not everyone is a VIP. So that's the part that upsets me. And the part that upsets me is also that people were able to buy multiple tickets with that VIP link. So there's influencers that are boasting that they were able to get multiple tickets. I saw a post saying like, I got 5 tickets, like kind of like mocking the people who couldn't get tickets. And I feel like, first of all, rude. Like, don't be putting salt on everyone's wound. Like, there's literally millions of people that are disappointed that they didn't get tickets. And then you're going to be like, oh, I got tickets, like it's hard. Like, don't be rude about it. And I feel like Ulta should have had better precautions in place to prevent people from getting multiple tickets. So my opinions have changed on what I said yesterday, which was like, it's a fair game. Everyone was good. Like, if 3,000 people or 3 million people were really trying to get 3,000 tickets, like, I knew my odds were not good. But now, just with everything that's come out, I don't feel the same way. I'm very disappointed. And I'm angry. I'm angry for everyone who didn't get a ticket. I'm angry for everyone who wasted their whole morning, PTO, called out of work, whatever you had to do to get in line for these tickets, and then just have them all go to certain people. It's just, yeah, I feel for everyone. I understand why everyone's mad. But people are saying that they want Ulta to sell more tickets. And I feel like, just based off my experience from going to Ulta Beauty World last year, there were 1,500 tickets sold to last year's event, and then there were 195 booths, which is what they advertised when the tickets went on sale. But I think there were a little bit more once the final day came. They added a few more. So I'm not sure how many booths there were last year, but I know it was around 200-ish as well, which is what they're saying is going to be here for this year's event. So there were lines last year. I can't say that I would be happy if there were double the amount of people and the same amount of vendors, because the space was small. There were not... See, this is why I don't do concealer on my eyes. I don't know why people do this. This is a big mistake. Look at that. So this is why I never use concealer. I always use eyelid primer. So I don't know what to do about that. Let's see. Again, today's makeup is just like an experimental makeup day. I'm just trying out new things. But yeah, this is the concealer on the eyes as primer, and that it's already creasing. Look at that. Disgusting. That would not happen if I had my eyelid primer, which is why I only use eyelid primer. So this is the last time I'm gonna do that, because that's happened to me before, and I did it with a different concealer today and it still happened. So let's try and clean some of this up a little bit. Let's get a little Q-tip and get that product out of those creases. So concealer is not formulated to go on the eyelid. It's not an eyelid primer. So I don't know why other content creators do that. Okay, so now that we cleaned that up a little bit, I'm gonna go in and just dust powder on top. So we have a little base. Let's see. I'm gonna just dust over with a very, very light pink, which is this one right there. And then I'm kind of pressing it in to the creases and then lightly diffusing outward. Okay, so now that that's fixed-ish, going back to what I was saying about Ulta selling more tickets for this event, last year they were about the same amount of booths. They sold 1,500 tickets, and there were, first of all, there was not enough time to visit every booth last year. I feel like they need to extend the show hours. But secondly, there were lines for the booths that you wanted to go to. You had to wait in line. So they doubled the event tickets for this year, but the amount of vendors is going to be the same. So that means the lines are going to be double the length. And if I went last year, I would say I probably went to a little bit more than half of the booths in the time that I was there. And I was there before the show opened and after it closed. And I was not able to visit every booth that I wanted to. So I can only imagine how it's going to be this year with double the amount of people. So I don't know. I can't say that I would be happy if Ulta sold more tickets, because it's gonna just really worsen the experience overall, I would say. So I think what they would need to do in order to fulfill the need, the demand, is make this show 2 days and sell maybe, I don't know, maybe 6,000 tickets, but have more vendors, so double the amount of vendors, and still keep the passport book, so you won't be able to go to multiple booths and get the same product, because last year you had a little passport book that they had to stamp, and then you got your product to prevent people from going and getting multiple things from the same booth. So I think they would need to do something similar to that. But I don't know how the demand is going to be next year, if it's going to be as high or higher or what, because there's so many posts of people saying like, I'm never shopping at Ulta again. I've seen pictures of people cutting up their Ulta credit cards. Like, people are so mad. So I don't know how this is going to be next year. So we'll see. So just a little brown on top of the eyelid, and then, like I said, it's going to be a pretty light makeup day. We're not going to do too much. Let's work on this bottom half now. Gonna mix in some Ole Henriksen color corrector. I didn't do eye cream today, so we'll see how my makeup sets throughout the day. My makeup actually behaved pretty well yesterday. I tried some new things, and yeah, it worked. I did go out yesterday, was in Hollywood, and when I came home, I did a little peek at my makeup, and yeah, everything looked pretty good. So I don't know why my makeup was not cooperating with my eye cream anymore. I don't know if it's the eye cream that's the issue, or the makeup, but we'll see. We'll see how today's makeup stays. I'm gonna do just a little dibby dab of color corrector on top of that. This is pink. And when I apply anything to my under eye, I'm kind of making like a triangle. So I do go up to my nose a little bit, and then up into my temple, and then I bring it into my cheek just a little bit. I've been checking Ulta's Instagram all morning because there have been crickets from Ulta after everything went down. I would love to be a fly on the wall in the meetings that happened this morning at Ulta HQ, and just listen to what they had to say about everything. And if they're gonna try and remedy this, because I feel like with so many people being this upset with you, you would have to issue some sort of statement at minimum. But I feel like you would have to try and remedy this some way. I really don't know how they would. The fairest thing, I think, for everybody would be to refund everybody's money, give everybody their money back, and to just do this all over again without involving the influencer and the early access link. Because, oh, and fix the loophole in the website that allowed people to buy multiple tickets, because that was not fair. So basically it was whoever got into the website first, which were influencers and all of the true VIP people who got that early access link. So if you really wanted to be fair, you would have just made everybody get in line at the same time and try and get a ticket, like everyone had to try, instead of saying everyone's a VIP and then sending your VIPs the access link. It was dirty. They did everybody so dirty. Oh man, so I don't know how the vibe is gonna be for next year. I don't know if people are gonna try and get tickets next year, if they're just gonna give up with Ulta altogether. But I will be interested to see how it goes down. And I will be also interested to see who really is at the event. And if there were truly 3,000 tickets sold to the general population, or, you know, if there were 3,000 tickets available and of those a certain amount went to the general population, which is what people are speculating. So, I don't know. Ulta has to say something. They've been very quiet today. Super, super quiet. Okay, I'm gonna fix my little bridge right here. I can see I have product that didn't get blended in properly. Okay. So since we're doing a light makeup look today, I don't know what I want to do. Do I want to do a little bronzer? I guess we can do a tiny bit. Just a teeny tiny bit. Let's see, I'm going to just use a very, very light liquid bronzer and blend that in. And this is so light. It actually, like once I blend it in, you can't really see it. But just for reference, like that almost looks like it could be like a foundation. But it does give you a little warmth. It's very creamy. So I like that. But look at the shade. It's not very bronzing. Okay, let's go ahead and blend this in. So it doesn't do much, but it gives a little bit of contour there. Just a little bit. See? A little bit there, which is perfect. Okay. Got a little on my hair right there. Just clean that up. Okay. Okay, now for blush. Something very natural. So let's open up the Tarte. This is always a challenge, as I have acrylic nails on and I can't get my little nail into that to pop it open, so I always struggle with these. Oh, I don't think it's happening today. Nope. Nope. Okay, well, I can't do that one because I can't open it. So let's do a little softer. Let's do, this is one I haven't used in a while. Let's see how this one looks. This one might be too pink, like too, but it's Dandelion from Benefit. And this is such an OG blush, but it's very soft. So let's see. I don't really use it because of how soft it is. Can you see anything? I can't see anything in my mirror over here. A little bit maybe. In yesterday's live stream, I said that I'm gonna have to have some blush blindness on camera because once I like take the lights off and I'm in natural light, I really can't see my blush. So I'm gonna have to start going a little blush heavy in my live streams because it does look different in the artificial light than it does outside in the real world. So yeah, I'm not seeing too much here. And just a little sweep right there, a little more on the nose. Okay. So I think that's it for the blush. Yeah. Let's finish the eyes now. So I want to do something a little pinky, a little shimmery. Let's see. Let's try this one. Let's go in with that little soft lavender. Gonna take a fluffy brush because this is gonna go kind of everywhere. So I apply to where I want the most pigment first, and then kind of diffuse up. Okay. So see, I can still see creasing there with the concealer. So we'll see how this holds up throughout the day. So I don't know. I'm waiting for Ulta's, if they're gonna make a statement, Ulta's next move, and see what it's gonna be. We have so many people upset right now. Doesn't look good. It's gonna be very interesting to see how this all plays out, like, to say the least. So let's do just a darker shade. So I'm gonna go in with this one right there. And that dot of, like, whatever that is what is it? Is it water or is it setting spray? The little experiment. That I tried to do, where you dip your Q-tip wet and then it like gives you like a cream shadow. I did it in a past live stream and it does not work. So okay, so I'm just adding a little pigment. Close to the lash line. And then kind of winging it out. Yeah, that looks pretty good. This is gonna be a light makeup day, and then here we are. Okay. Are we done with this? Not sure yet. Not sure if I'm done with that. Let's move on to the inner corner. I just got all of these little shadow sticks from Too Faced, and it's kind of annoying because they don't have like a shade on top or on the bottom, so I have to open them up to see what they are, because I'm looking for like a silver or like a pink or something. And of course none of these are what I'm looking for. Here's one. Okay. I tried to do this yesterday with the same little shadow sticks, and it didn't really work out very well because I laid it on top of the powder. So let's see how it works today. I'm hating that concealer. My creases in my eyes look so much deeper than they would if I had just done the eyelid primer. I feel like out of all the advice that makeup influencers give, I feel like that's one of the worst ones, is to do concealer on your lid instead of an eyelid primer. Because look at how deep my crease looks. It doesn't normally look that deep, but because I did the concealer, that's why it's giving me that today. Okay, I can't really mess with this too much because the cream doesn't really blend in very well over the powder. But I just laid in the crease and then I kind of went on top of the eye, so not to mess with that too much. So let's do the same on this side. Okay. So I think we're done with the glitter. I'm hating how it looks with the concealer. But that's okay. Today's just a play day. Okay, just cleaning up the little glitter that's down here. It's hard to get precision when you have it in a stick. Okay, let's do something more to my eyes because they're looking pretty sad. Let's do just a little cream concealer, I guess. So I'm gonna take my brush and just dip it in. I usually like to do this with my finger because then it warms up the product. Wow, a little too light. That's okay. And then I have a little crevice right here that just looks dark. So I just add a little bit more concealer right there in that little crevice. I think I'm gonna have to use my finger. The little brush isn't warming up my product enough. Okay, that definitely gave a little bit more coverage. Gonna go in again with the Ole Henriksen color corrector. Okay. This light makeup day turned into like a full coverage kind of day. Bring that up the sides of my nose a little bit. Okay, so now I'm gonna let that settle, because I am gonna get some product buildup in that crease, and then I'm gonna remove it, and then we're gonna set. So let's do brows. I want to do just a quick brow today. So let's do a little gimme brow from Benefit. And if you guys are new to my channel, I use a lot of miniature sizes of things because I work in the beauty industry and I get a lot of samples. So all of my stuff is mini, which is perfect for me. It allows me to try product out and not keep product for too long. So I know with the full-size Gimme Brow, it started to smell funky after a while. But now that I have like mini ones, I don't have that problem. So I replace them before they go bad because they're so small. Okay, better, better. Uh-oh, just messed up my eyebrow. Okay, kind of fixed it. Don't worry about that too much, honestly. Yeah, I'm gonna leave that like that. My eyebrows are so, I might, my eyebrows professionally waxed, and oof, I don't even know when the last time I did was, because I don't grow any eyebrow hair. So I'm also like afraid to pluck anything out. So my eyebrows, they just do what they do. I just trim them, and then I do like wax under here, the little fuzz that I get. But aside from that, I don't touch my eyebrows. So my eyebrows, they just gonna do what they do. So like I was saying, I'm gonna let this set because I do get a little bit of creasing under there. So I'm going to remove that with, you guessed it, a Q-tip. So I'm just gonna clean that up a little bit, and I'm gonna go right in that line that I have right there, clean up that product. So I can set it, which is why I don't set immediately after putting that product there. I let it do what it's gonna do, and then set afterward. I'm gonna set with the same powder I used yesterday, which is the Laura Mercier Translucent, one of my favorites. And then this is how I apply my setting powder, with a little brush. And I specifically put the most product right where I know I'm gonna get the most creasing and the most movement. So that's under my eyes, and then my smile lines. And then I put a little extra on my forehead, so it kind of mats my skin throughout the day. And then with pretty much whatever's left on the brush, I'll go around my face. Okay, so we're done with that. Let's do, what else am I missing? Mascara? Okay, let's do mascara. Let's do a little, this is actually their Royal Tinted Primer from Benefit, but I like this product because it gives you like a very natural look. It's very brown, like it's a very natural brown. So let's do her today. She's not a mascara, she's a eyelid primer. But she kind of just gives your little lashes like a little lift. Really natural. And so that's why I like her. I don't use her as a primer. So I put a little bit too much setting powder on this eye. Let's clean up the crease a little bit. More. Let's do the same to this side. So she's looking a little dry right there. So to fix that, I'm gonna rehydrate my face once I'm done. Okay. Someone posted in the Ulta community chat this morning that they should give the masterclass ticket holders access to upgrading, and I totally agree. I feel like the people who were able to purchase multiple tickets yesterday should have their tickets revoked because you technically broke like the rule, even though it was a loophole in the site. And if you're going to be posting about it online and bragging that you were able to get 5 or 10 tickets, I feel like Ulta should come for you and give those tickets to someone else. Okay, so let's rehydrate. This is a little facial spray. And then let's do lips. I'm gonna do very basic lip. I don't even know what I want to do. Let's see. Let's do a little whatever's left in my Posy tint, the Benefit. And she's very pink, but I kind of like how it stains. But she has pink. If you don't like your lips to look too pink, but I like it. I think it gives like a cute little like flush of color. So I think we're gonna be pretty much done. Let me do a little curl. Actually, I don't know if they're dry. I have to wait for them to dry and then I curl. So let's do the little posy tent. We'll let that dry down, and then let's do a little NYX Duck Plump, and this is just their clear one. And like I said, all my stuff is mini pretty much because here's my little posy tint, because I do work in the beauty industry and I get a lot of samples of things, which I love personally because it lets me try it, and then by the time this is done, there's a new product out. So I love it. But this is the Duck Plump. It's NYX's Plumping Gloss. So she does tingle, but out of all the plumping lip glosses I've tried, I think that the Maybelline by far is the spiciest one. Like when she's new, I couldn't handle it. Like it was too much for me. It was like, but now that the bottle is kind of old, it's not as spicy. So now we're done with the makeup, gonna fix the hair. But we're done with today's look. We'll see what other drama comes to light today, and I'm waiting for Ulta to make some sort of statement, some sort of move. So we'll see, but we will talk about it in tomorrow's live stream. Thanks for watching today, and I'll see you tomorrow.